In the 2021 playoffs, the Atlanta Hawks pulled off the biggest upset of the entire season. And good for them, because even the biggest Hawks fan didn't expect for them to go all the way to the conference finals. But whenever there's an upset, there's a disappointment. And what comes along with disappointment? Blame, hate, and narrative surrounding those involved. Now there's this echo chamber of discrediting Ben Simmons that either persuades or compounds the idea of Ben being a bad player. That has ruined his reputation, but in a way, it's also made him a little bit underrated. A lot of the criticism is warranted, but I believe some fans are taking it too far. I think he should have played much better in the playoffs, and he heavily underperformed, especially in the second round against the Hawks. He wasn't looking as confident, and he barely attempted any shots at all. He gave up too many plays just to play it safe. I mean, if you don't try, you can't fail, right? There goes the first reason why Ben Simmons gets hate. That's what I think is holding him back the most. I will admit, he is aggressive in transition, and that's why he's so effective in those situations. But besides that, he isn't nearly as aggressive as he should be. Even though the lack of a jump shot limits what you can do on the court, I think the lack of aggression limits you even more. He is 6'11" and weighs 240 pounds. He's able to guard players 1 through 4 and most 5s as well. He has the physical attributes to attack the rim and just be way more aggressive. Players like Russell Westbrook and Giannis don't have a good 3-point shot either. A huge difference is their aggression. Even if they get fouled, they aren't good free throw shooters either. Westbrook shot 66% from the free throw line last year, and Giannis shot 69%. When more pressure is on, like in a playoff game or in clutch situations, they both usually shoot even worse, but their aggression stays the same. I would argue that Ben Simmons is a better passer than Westbrook and Giannis, so if he gets trapped in the paint, he can also kick the ball to the open man. Driving into the paint leaves 3 outcomes. 1. Ben can finish at the rim. 2. The defense collapses it and he can kick it out to the open man. Or 3. He gets fouled and will most likely split the 2 shots. I think all those ideas are pretty good. Ben Simmons has been an all-star for the past 3 years and he is a damn good NBA player. If he shies away from the ball, he isn't contributing pretty much anything on the offensive end, and the 76ers didn't give him a 5-year, $177 million contract for that. His lack of a jump shot and his lack of confidence go hand in hand. When you don't have the confidence to take 3-pointers, it's even worse than missing them. If you don't even attempt 3-pointers, why would anyone guard you at the 3-point line? That lets the defender have more time to react, and more defenders are going to be near the paint. The thing is, Ben Simmons doesn't have to be a good 3-point shooter, he just needs to be respectable. If he can make at least 30% of his 3-pointers, that is all we need. As long as the defense can't leave him completely wide open, that's all he needs. Jimmy Butler isn't a great 3-point shooter, but the defense doesn't slack off of him that much. Jimmy isn't a 3-point specialist, but at least he's a threat. If Ben Simmons starts attempting 3s, his confidence will rise. If he starts taking 3s, some of them will fall. So going into next season, I hope he attempts at least 2 3-pointers a game. I'm not expecting him to hit league average from 3 next season or even 30%. All I'm asking is that he takes the next step and attempts them on a nightly basis. If the defense is leaving him completely wide open, I want to see him take that shot. I know this is pretty mind-blowing, but if you take 3-pointers, you will get better as time goes on. You will get used to the feeling of taking 3-pointers in a game. With practice and in-game attempts, defenses won't be able to leave him completely wide open anymore, and they'll have to make sure they're at least around him. And I've not given up on Ben Simmons. If put in the right role, I believe he can thrive. Even without getting a respectable 3-point shot, as long as his aggressiveness gets better, he can be a top 20 player in the NBA. On a roster with shooters around him and giving him the space he needs in the paint, I think he can do a lot of damage. Ben Simmons needs a roster built for him. He isn't like Kevin Durant or LeBron James where you can just drop him on a team and they can make it work. Ben Simmons isn't really versatile at all. It doesn't mean he's a bad player, he just needs a roster fit for him. That's why things haven't been working out in Philadelphia. He hasn't had the proper team for him to thrive. It looks like Ben Simmons is going to be traded soon. Ben Simmons has had so much hate thrown his way. There were public trade talks. He said he's not planning to attend training camp, and he requested specific teams to be traded to. Whether he gets traded this offseason or they wait for his value to go back up and trade him before the deadline next season, Ben Simmons will be traded. And if I am other teams, I'm listening to trade offers, especially if I have a lot of good shooters. Ben Simmons can be a very productive player, and if I'm being honest, I don't think Ben Simmons will change his ways. Besides his defense, his game hasn't changed much in the first 4 seasons in the league. Every year we hope he can turn it around, but it hasn't happened. Unless he's put in the perfect situation. And I'm not just talking about having the right pieces on the court, I'm also talking about the coaching staff. One thing that will help Ben Simmons a lot is a coach that can hold him accountable. A coach with job security won't be afraid to lose their job. That means they can be honest and implement things to make Ben Simmons improve on his game. A coach like Greg Popovich is a perfect example. He's one of the greatest coaches of all time, and the Spurs won't fire him. He will tell the Spurs when he wants to step down. A coach like him can ensure Ben Simmons improves on his shooting and his overall game. I think that's a big thing that can help Ben Simmons that not a lot of people are talking about. Ben Simmons has the tools to be an all-NBA type of player. He just needs to expand his game. His lack of a jump shot is limiting his game a lot, and I want to see more from him. All he needs to do is to be able to make wide open 3-pointers at a respectable rate, but having confidence and aggression will help him even more. He has the physical attributes to be one of the best players in the paint and driving to the rim. I want to see him unlock that part of his game that we all know he's capable of unlocking. Ben Simmons is 25 years old. That means he still has room to grow, but his prime is just around the corner as well. I truly wish the best for Ben Simmons because it's just disappointing if a player doesn't reach their potential. And in order for him to do so, he needs a change of scenery and he needs a change of mindset. I hope you enjoyed today's video. I read every single comment, so let me know what you think in the comments down below. Subscribe for future basketball content, and thank you for watching.